Sure, we're right. It's a Tuesday morning, and I am on my way to work. So if you're catching the replay, hello to you, and thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for being here. Um, it's about 7 a.m., I think, on Tuesday morning. Excuse me, let me get my life together a little bit. Hello, hello. Hi, my Renaissance grandma. How are you doing? If you could share the video out and let the G Tribe members know that I am here for them this morning. Hello, hello, how you doing? Good morning, D Jackson. Hello, how are you doing? Yes, if you can let the rest of the G Tribe know that this is going to be a giveaway for them this morning. Hello, Eco Neighbor. How are you? I'm going to actually, I feel like I have not been on live in forever. I feel like it's been forever that I have not been on live. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. I know I missed a couple of weeks because listen, by the time I drive to work, drive back home to the country, I am done for the day. I'm done. It is the only thing that I want to do is go to sleep. That is it. That's the only thing that I want to do by the time I get off work in the evenings. So that's what I end up doing the majority of the time. Can y'all hear me okay? I forgot to put in my, I'm trying to feel instead of look. I'm feeling Eco Neighbor. My eyes are on the road. Okay, I think I got it. Y'all hearing me okay this morning? Let me put in, I want to block out some of the noise. I'm going to block out some of the noise. I don't know why my internet is acting crazy. I makes zero sense to be having internet troubles. And I am in the city with all the freaking internet. Can y'all hear me? Sheesh. Am I back? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I'm not seeing any comments. Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. I don't know why. Love that shirt. Hey, hey, slow living Jane. It's a dress. It's actually a dress. Um, I messed up my dress on the way to work yesterday, and so I just had to kind of stop in to Walmart because that was the only place that's open this early in the morning. And so I just stopped in over there, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I could definitely grab that to wear." So I grabbed me two dresses. I grabbed one for changing on the spot, and then I grabbed this one too. So I had to put the other one on yesterday. But yeah, Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. What have y'all been up to? What has everybody been doing? Are y'all planting? Are y'all land hunting? Are y'all buying houses? What are y'all doing? I know this thing has a bit of a delay in it. Um, but I wanted to come on here and I was hoping more of the G Tribe members would be up this morning and ready to go to work 7 o'clock. I thought more people would be available to be a part of this giveaway this morning. Hold on, let me see if I can share it out with them. Country Hustle, you have to reach out to the county in which you are looking in because there's only so much of that I can give you. I was a realtor and I worked with um, mortgage brokers, but you know, I can't tell you a whole lot about the ag exemption. So I would definitely recommend you reaching out to your local department. You can get great information from them on that. I gave up on land looking after listening to everyone and realizing I'm not financially stable enough. Um, how much land you trying to buy? Hi, Erica, my fly family. How much land are you trying to buy, my Renaissance grandma? It doesn't take a ton of land for Homestead. And depending on where you're going, you never know. If you own your home, that's the way that you can get money for land. That's what we did. 3/4 to an acre. Um, let's talk in private. I'll talk to you in private about that, my Renaissance grandma, and then we can look more at your personal situation and see if you can actually afford that because that's not a lot of land um, when it comes to price. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Your membership, we can talk about it. I wouldn't give up, wait for tax sales. Yes, that is another way that you can also do it. You just have to, when it comes to the tax sales, you just got to know the rules of your particular county. I was looking at one county at tax sales the other day, and there are some ones that we have looked at in the past. They have been like year-long processes, but then there are some counties where they will give people only 90 days, um, 90 days, 120 days, 180 days to come back and pay you for your interest and otherwise. So it just kind of really when we say it really depends on where you are, it really depends on where you are. So the one that I was looking at the other day, it was a much shorter time period than the 2 and 3 year ones that we had been looking at in the past. And so you just have to, whatever city or a county that you want to purchase land in, you really have to look in that particular county because that county is going to have all of the information that you will need in order to be able to participate in the sale. And so the one that I was looking at was, they took the lowest. They took the person that was going to be the winner was going to be the one who bid it the lowest on the interest. And so I wasn't used to that. And I'm going to actually even go back and look further into it because I'm interested in getting a couple of things, a couple of properties on a tax sale, but they took the one that was going to be asking for the lowest amount of interest rather than the highest. Um, how am I driving without hands? Look, I have been driving since I was 12. Since I was 12 years old, and I learned. I know that's horrible, but I learned how to kind of steer with my knee. And I mean, I was going maybe 15 miles per hour because I'm in traffic. But yeah, yeah, calling me out, slow living Jay. But yeah, there are lots of ways that you can do it. If you have a home, if you have equity in your home, there are home equity lines of credit, which is called a HELOC loan that you can do as well. So there are several ways that you can do it. There are several ways that you can do it. But I guess I'm gonna have to come back later when people are awake because I really wanted to have more of the G Tribe members in here so that they can participate in a giveaway. Because I need to do a giveaway and I have some seeds coming. I know I am behind on my seeds. So I wanted to at least do a giveaway today. But I may just have to come back in here later on when there are more people available. Very true. Each state and county is different. Yes, yes, they are very, very, very different. Um, I am going to be uploading a video on finding some land in. I guess I'm gonna do Georgia next since I grew up in Georgia and I kind of sort of know. I know more about Georgia. I know more about Georgia than Florida, so I am definitely going to be uploading. I'm gonna try to get it uploaded today. The video showing you some cheap land because that's what y'all always asking for. You asking for cheap land, so I'll show you some areas that has cheap land, and for those that it works for, then you definitely can. You definitely can have some land that is affordable. If you have the way it typically goes is if you're buying a smaller piece, they're going to be a little bit more expensive than your larger pieces. So, for example, I can get an acre here in the Tallahassee area for 30, 35, but I could get 5 acres for like 40. So it just really depends on how much you're looking for and the larger the parcels. And for example, there I was looking at a 22 acre tract the other day, and the 22-acre tract, just because it was further outside of town, was like 60, 70,000. So it really kind of just depends on how much you're buying and where you're buying. But one of the things that I always look at is like the taxable amount, like what their land is being assessed for when it's raw land, because a lot of a lot of the country, and that's why we decided to move into the country. A lot of the country areas, your taxable rates are going to be much lower. If your land is zone agricultural, you're automatically going to get the absolute best in terms of taxes. So if you can find some land that is zone, ag 1, ag 2, then you're going to automatically get way better rates than you're going to get in the city. Like, for example, we were paying 2000 in the city, and now our taxes are like 200 for our 20 acres. So there are just a lot of plays that you have to look at when you're looking at land or whatever. There's just a lot, is a lot. Um, and you can find out a lot of information just really by contacting your local tax offices. Go to city hall, go to town hall, but go to your property appraiser's office. They are going to be the ones who are going to be able to give you a whole lot of information. So if what time is it? It is okay. I see the time now. Um, but if you just make a phone call, just make a simple phone call to your tax office, they will give you a lot of information. And then make another phone call to your property appraiser's office. They're probably going to be able to give you even more information than the tax office. But how many G Tribe members we got in here? Raise your hand if you're a G Tribe member. Let me see you. Because if at least 10 of y'all are G Tribe members, I'll go ahead and do the giveaway. How many of y'all in here? I'm going to do this real quick and get out because I need to go in Publix. I need to go in here and get me some water. My Renaissance grandma. Oh, you're the only member in here. Who else? My Renaissance grandma, you the only G Tribe member in here this morning. For real. For real, for real. I have been looking for land between Thomasville, Georgia, and Tallahassee, Florida. Um, between Thomasville and Tallahassee. Thomasville is like the baby Tallahassee when it comes to land. But I've seen a couple of things in that area. What sites are you using, Mindful Life Family, Erica? And you said most of the land is like swamp. Yeah, you definitely have to. You got to ask a lot of questions because you have you do have a unique set of issues to deal with when you're talking about in the Florida area. So what is really cool about most of the Tallahassee area is that you can see if you look on the maps, like I like to do Google Maps, Google Earth, you can see the areas. You can put in like an address and you can see the areas that have water running through them. It'll show you. Like there was one property that Eco Neighbor and I called on several months ago, and we were like, "Why is this property so inexpensive?" And so I got on the phone and called the realtor, and I was like, "What's the deal with this property?" And she was like, "Well, The I can't remember river runs through the center of the property. So, it basically was more than likely going to flood. Now, if it were just in a flood area that was not running right through the property, that would have been something different, because the reality is that the state of Florida has the absolute best contractors when it comes to building in wet places, right? Because the peninsula of Florida, they have to know how to build on wet places. When we first moved here back in 1900s, back in the 1900s, when we first moved here, one of the places that people used to always tell us to buy a house, one of our mentors in particular was telling us, buy a house in this area, buy a house in this area. And the houses were very affordable back then, but they took a swamp, they dried up the swamp, and they put an entire neighborhood there. And the neighborhood is still there to this day. The Florida contractors know what the heck they're doing when it comes to drying up swampland. Even where we sold just recently, there was an area that we were just like, wow, we just can't wait to see what they're going to do with this. Now they putting thousands of houses back there in that area. So these contractors have to know what they're doing when it comes to that. Now, the Wakulla River or whatever that was running through that property, yeah, we didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But if we were going to buy something in this area, we automatically know that that's something that you need to call the county. You need to know about. You need to check on. You need to be looking at Google Earth to see where the water is running. And even in the county here in Leon, in Tallahassee, they will also talk to you about your property. They'll talk to you about future land use and development. They'll talk to you about all types of things. And so, if you want to know something, you have to go to the sources of the information. The people who are doing your planning and all of that stuff, you definitely want to go to those people. So, it's I gotta be to work in like 30 minutes. So, my Renaissance grandma, I'm going to, since you're the only G Tribe member that is on here, you and Eco Neighbor, I am going to send you some shampoo ginger lily plants. I wanted to give away a few of those. I'm my schedule is kind of hectic these last couple of months, so I'm just going to send it directly from Etsy and not be trying to dig it up and all of that stuff. So I'm just going to send you some directly from Etsy. So I have your address already. Be sure um, that you are on the lookout for some shampoo ginger lily to come to you. But thank you for coming in this morning, guys. And I'm going to have to jump out because I have to go to work. And I'm gonna go in the store first so I can grab a couple of things to start my day, get me a salad, etc. So, you are welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. No, no, that ain't what I said. I said shampoo ginger lily. Shampoo ginger lily. So the shampoo ginger lily is I normally sell it in my Etsy store, but since we moved, I don't have access to it anymore. Mine is brand new. It's just coming up, and I have to wait on it to spread some more. But I do have a location where I plan on getting some more. Me and Eco Neighbor have scoped out a spot where we plan on getting some more from, and then we'll be able to share more out that way once we get access to a lot of it again. Because I used to sell a lot of it in my Etsy store. Kathy B, how are you doing this morning? Good morning to you. So be on the lookout for the Shampoo ginger lily, the plant, my Renaissance grandma. You can put this in a pot or you can put this in the ground. You know, whatever your living situation is, you can grow it either way. And it's also great to be divided and shared out. So, uh, I'm sorry if I said shampoo bars, but I meant the shampoo ginger lily plant. But thank you, Ira, for coming in. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later on. Let me go ahead and handle business for today. Talk to y'all later.